friends, we're back for Unit 4 in Foundations. And man, oh man, this is new. You're going to learn so much. So take a look at our sound wall. Do you see some new things? We still have the digraphs and the bonus letters and the glued sounds and the closed syllable exceptions. But look, we have some new things. These are called suffixes. Suffixes are added at the end of a word, and sometimes they change the meaning of the word. And so let's practice some. I'm going to say that there is a bug, maybe in the floor. Let's spell bug. Tap it with me. B-U-G. 3 sounds. Let's pull those cards. B-U-G. Bug. But I have terrible news. I saw more than one. And so if I saw 2, it wouldn't be 2 bug, it would be 2 bugs. So when I want to say there's more than one of something, I can add the suffix s, and now this word is bugs. And so I want you to notice that I have the base word. The base word is the word when I just had one. The base word is bug. But then I've added the suffix s. And so if I were to mark it over here, I would spell bug, my base word, and I would add the suffix. And to mark it, I would underline the base word first, circle the suffix, because I'm not marking a suffix. The only way I mark it is by circling it. And then I go back to the base word. How many vowels are in bug? That's right, just one. So it's a 1 scoop word. And what does that vowel say? That's right, it says it's short sound, so I mark it with a breve. And if I have a single vowel that's closed in by consonants, what syllable type is that? It's a closed syllable. Okay, does that make sense? Let's look at another one. Spell back bugs with me. B-U-G, suffix s. Now, another suffix that also means more than one is es. When I have a word like dress, let's spell it over here. We should tap it first. D-R-E-S. Dress. Spell that with me. D-R-E-S. What happens when I have a word with one vowel that's one syllable that has F-L or S at the end? That's right, I need the bonus S. Okay? But I have more than one dress. And so what do I have? Do I have dress? No, I don't have that. I have dresses. So this ES suffix here, I use when I have a word that ends in the S sound, or ch, or z, because that way it doesn't just draw out like dress. I say dresses, so I hear that it's more than one. So what's the base word of dresses? Dress. And that's the word I'm going to mark. How many vowels? Just one. One scoop. The E is short. I have this blend. I have that bonus letter. What syllable type is dress? You're right, it's closed. Now, I also have ing I can add to a word. So I can have jump or jumping. I can have swim or swimming. I can have run or running. So when I add ing to a verb, it helps it mean that it's happening right now. I'm going to skip ed and talk about er and est. Those are my comparison suffixes. I can say, I'm tall, but Mr. Beck is taller. He's taller than me. And of my whole family, Ethan and Hannah and Katie and Molly and Colby and Emily, guess who the person is that is the tallest? It's Mr. Beck. So when I'm comparing two things, like me and Mr. Beck, I just use ER when I'm comparing two things. See the two letters comparing two things? But if I'm comparing our whole family to see how tall they are, that's more than two. So I use EST to compare who is the most tall. They're the tallest. So I can use those suffixes when I'm comparing. Now, ED, tricky suffix. ED is a suffix that can say 3 sounds. You're not going to believe it. So let's put them up here. Most of the time, when I have ED, ED is going to say id. So I'm thinking of the word, dusted. Yesterday, I dusted in my living room. I hate dusting, but I dusted. And so, what's the base word of dusted? You're right, it's dust. So I'm going to spell dust. D, a, s, t. That's my base word. Then I'm going to add the suffix that says id. What is that suffix? Yeah, ed makes a verb happen in the past tense. So I dusted yesterday or last week or last month, or maybe it was last year. And so I circle that suffix, and since this suffix says more than one thing, I'm going to tell what it says. I use these slash marks to say this is the sound that it makes. And it says id. Okay? So that's the way I'm marking the suffix. When I go back to marking the word, I just look at the base word to mark syllables. How many syllables does dust have? You're right. I see that one vowel, so it's just one syllable. And the U says, sure does say us, so I mark it with a brief. And it's one vowel closed in by consonants, so it's a closed syllable. Now, ed, I said, says more than one thing. So what about the word jumped? So today I might jump, but yesterday I jumped. So let's spell the base word jump. J-U-M-P. Did you say those sounds, or did you just spell like me? Then I know I'm adding a suffix. And guess what the suffix ed says sometimes? You're right. It says t. It sounds like there's a T at the end. And when I hear a verb that's in the past tense and it ends in like jumped, I know that that is ED. That t is spelled ED because jump happened in the past. And so I'm going to mark it like I usually do. Jump is the base word. I see it just has one vowel, so it's a one scoop word. The U is saying it's short sound. And so what syllable type is it? You're right, it's closed. Now this stinking ED, it makes one more sound. It's so tricky. So I might spill my drink, and I have sad news. I spilled my drink yesterday, and I spilled it the day before that because I'm a terrible spiller. So let's spell spill. How do you like that? Tap it with me because this is tricky. S, p, I, O. You're right. That does not say I, does it? That says eh, so this would be spell. Oh dear, I made a mistake. I've got to get rid of that because I didn't spell my drink. I spilled my drink. Now that doesn't look quite right to me. What does that need? You're right. I have a short vowel, single syllable word that ends in an L. And look at how that L is on the end of a row. I need a bonus L. So I put that bonus L in, and now I have the word spill, like I spilled my drink. What was the suffix that says d? It is ed. So in this case, ed is saying d, the D sound. So ed can say id, t, or d. And I have to listen to the word to know which sound ed is making. So let's go back. What's my base word in spilled? That's right, it's spill. How many vowels in spill? Just one. It's a one scoop word. What's the I saying? It needs a breathe. It says I. I have this blend in spill. What syllable type is spill? Closed it is. Look how smart you are. You're learning so much. We're going to practice using suffixes a lot, because they make for tricky spelling. But I know you can do it.